Hey everyone, Jared here. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that I've seen kind of become more and more an issue in the industry, and that is ACV policies. So what that means is if you have an ACV policy and say you suffer a loss, let's go with the roof, and say your roof's 20 years old, your insurance company decides that they're going to cover it. What they're actually going to do is they're going to pay you for what the roof was worth when it was installed, say, 15, 20 years ago. And what that does is that makes you responsible for all that depreciation that's kind of occurred over time as the market price has gone up, which, could leave you responsible for not only your deductible, but, half of the claim. So on a $20,000 claim, you're looking at like an additional $10,000, $11,000 plus your deductible that you're responsible for. So I recommend always getting what's called a replacement cost value policy, and you can check in with your agent and make sure that your current homeowner's policy does carry a replacement cost value, and that way you don't have to worry about it. Another thing that I do strongly recommend is it's a building code endorsement. And what that does is, as the building codes kind of change, over the duration of time, say your house is 20, 30 years old, and you do have a loss, those building codes, could be somewhat expensive to kind of get you up to date for what's required by, the city or the state or whatever the case may be. And if you have that endorsement, the insurance company will give you an allowance. It's a paid when incurred allowance, but as long as you do those upgrades, they'll foot the bill for it. So I recommend having the replacement cost value policy and the building code endorsement. Check with your agent and make sure that you have those two things. I think they're kind of vital, and it's going to really help you kind of avoid that financial burden if you do suffer, knock on wood that this doesn't happen, but if you do suffer a large loss, whatever the case may be. So if you have any questions or need any help or direction with an insurance claim, or maybe you just need a free estimate for an upcoming project, reach out to us. I'd love to help.